Amsterdam, August 2025. No one expected that a single short sentence from Jin, a BTS member, could shake the global entertainment world. "This stage may no longer be mine alone," he said in the middle of his solo concert at Ziggo Dome, Amsterdam. The sentence was spoken in a calm tone, almost a whisper, yet its effect spread like a shockwave. Was this merely an emotional reflection, or a hidden signal of something much bigger, perhaps even a long-awaited BTS reunion? The atmosphere of the concert felt special from the start. Amsterdam became one of the important stops in Jin's international tour after his military service, but no one thought the city would play a central role in the birth of global speculation. The audience, who initially only expected nostalgia, energy, and gratitude, instead received a series of symbols, gestures, and snippets of sentences that seemed designed to form a puzzle. For the army who already know Jin's communication patterns, this moment could not simply be ignored. What caught the most attention was not the peak of a song or a festive encore, but a silent pause in the middle of the concert. Jin, who is usually full of humor and spontaneity, suddenly became very serious. He looked toward the crowd with teary eyes, then uttered a sentence that made thousands of spectators freeze in place. The cheers stopped, replaced by an almost chilling silence. Within minutes, social media was filled with speculation. Was this a sign of BTS returning to the stage together? Was Amsterdam chosen as a neutral and symbolic location? The signal was reinforced by visual elements that appeared on the stage screen throughout the concert. Sharp-eyed fans reported the presence of a row of 7 stars that slowly moved together into one bright light. Soon after, an image of a calendar appeared marking the number 7, followed by the word Epilogue, which then disappeared. In the Army's dictionary, the number 7 clearly refers to the number of BTS members, while Epilogue could be a code for the end of an era. Too specific to be called a coincidence, the oddities did not stop there. The concert setlist in Amsterdam experienced a sudden change. The song Spring Day, often interpreted as a story of longing and separation between members, was suddenly added at the last minute. The version performed felt slower, heavier, and full of emotional weight. Jin's voice sounded almost broken at the end of the song. He lowered his head, then said softly, "You will soon understand." That statement was immediately linked to Jin's past habit of often giving clues before major BTS moments occurred. A big question then hung. Why Amsterdam? This city has no special historical record in BTS's journey, unlike Seoul, Tokyo, or Los Angeles. However, the timing of this concert coincided with a period when several other BTS members, such as Jungkook and J-Hope, were rumored to be abroad without clear public schedules. Rumors circulated that some of them were seen at European airports ahead of Jin's concert, but there was no official confirmation. HYBE, the agency that manages BTS, chose to remain silent. No clarification, no denial. In fact, the official silence was what made fan theories run even wilder. The Army knows such silence usually indicates something is being prepared. And this time, all signs seem to point to one thing: Amsterdam as the center of the next important moment in BTS history. The closing part of the concert also left an impression that was hard to erase. Usually, Jin ends his solo performances with a cheerful song to bring smiles to the audience. But this time he chose Moon, performed in a more melancholy tone, as if it were a farewell message. "I will be your moon," he said, gazing toward the empty seats at the back of the arena, as if speaking to someone not physically present. This moment made many fans feel a heavier atmosphere than usual. Then came the final surprise. As the stage lights had already gone out and the audience began to walk out, the giant screen behind the stage displayed a simple message: "Remember Amsterdam." No explanation, no context. Those 2 words alone were enough to make it a worldwide trending topic within minutes. The hashtag #RememberAmsterdam flooded timelines, filled with theories, analysis, and fan art. Some believed it was a clue to the location of a secret BTS reunion, while others suspected it was part of an as-yet unannounced documentary project. For those who understand BTS's internal dynamics, this moment was full of meaning. Jin often becomes the emotional bridge between the group and fans, conveying messages that may be too heavy to express directly. Using the stage in Amsterdam, a city far from the center of K-pop media spotlight, to plant a clue this big was clearly not a spontaneous decision. Everything felt planned, yet still wrapped in mystery. Now, the world can only wait. Will Amsterdam be recorded as the city where BTS comes together again? Or will it instead become a symbol of closing the final chapter in their journey as a group? One thing is certain, this concert was not just a performance. It was a layered message marking something that will change the direction of BTS's story forever. And as Jin said, maybe we don't understand now, but later, everything will be clear. Was the moment at Ziggo Dome truly a signal of collective revival, or just a performance art spiced with publicity strategy? This question must be the opening of reflection. How much do we want to believe, and how much must we doubt? If one sentence can move millions of hearts, shouldn't the authority to interpret it also be accompanied by intellectual responsibility? First, let's admit a simple yet crucial fact. The pieces of information circulating, video clips, short TikTok snippets, Twitter thread theories, and YouTube analyses, form a mosaic that seems convincing, but that mosaic is not final proof. It is the starting point of a hypothesis, not a conclusion. Why are we so easily fixated on visual patterns like the number 7 or the word epilogue? Does this tendency arise because of BTS's historical context that makes us search for meaning, or because the human brain is inherently wired to link symbols with emotional events? Second, examine the motives and mechanisms. Who benefits if the public assumes Amsterdam is the stage for a secret reunion? Could this increase the commercial value of an upcoming project, boost engagement, or simply reignite global conversation for certain benefits? This question is important so that we do not become passive spectators in a scenario that may have been orchestrated for viral effect. Third, evaluate the quality of the evidence. Do the clips circulating come from primary sources, full show recordings, official releases, or agency statements, or from a compilation of short clips that have been edited? Clips that are recut, speed-adjusted, or given suggestive captions often create misleading narratives. Have you verified who first uploaded them and what the context was? Fourth, consider other possibilities. The Remember Amsterdam message could be a teaser for a documentary, an art campaign, or a private moment that was later given public meaning by the fandom collective. Or perhaps this is a media experiment deliberately challenging public response. Are we witnessing a large-scale performative act or an authentic event that can be tested? Fifth, encourage critical discussion. If you were a journalist, what would you verify before rewriting this theory? Who would you interview? What data would you request? And what physical evidence could confirm the claim of a reunion? If you were a fan, how far are you willing to accept uncertainty without spreading unverified rumors? Let's present provocative statements to test public response. What if the entire clue was merely a carefully crafted PR operation? Would we feel manipulated or entertained as part of a creative game? And if there really is a reunion, does the public have the right to demand full transparency? Or is there room for artistic privacy that should be respected in the creative process? To facilitate a verification attitude, use a simple checklist. 1. Find primary sources. Is there a complete official recording? 2. Trace upload chronology. Who is the first source? 3. Confirmation from related parties. Has the agency issued a statement? 4. Look for alternative interpretations before drawing conclusions. If several of these items are not met, hold back from spreading claims as facts. Now we challenge you, the reader. What is your opinion after reading this set of evidence and possibilities? Do you believe this event is real and marks a transformative moment, or do you suspect that this is sensational fabrication? Write arguments that can be tested, state sources, upload times, and context so that discussion does not lose its factual footing. IT should be emphasized. The information we present comes from various platforms such as TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and several other media, but its truth still needs further verification. Therefore, we invite you to remain skeptical. Skepticism is not cynicism. It is an intellectual tool for filtering truth from noise. Finally, let's make the Amsterdam event an exercise in media literacy. Analyze evidence, compare sources, and get used to asking critical questions before spreading. Closing question for you. Will you be a clarification agent who seeks facts and educates, or an amplification agent who lets speculation spread unchecked? That choice determines the quality of the public space we live in. Add practical reflection. When you participate in spreading, attach evidence, full-resolution screenshots, upload times, and original sources so that claims can be traced. Without that, we are merely sending echoes. Share your emotional reaction, why you were touched or upset. It's part of critical analysis. Thank you. Sharing evidence helps the truth emerge. Let's go.